So next is file management. This is one of the services provided by operating system, that is a file management. So here the file manager manages your files and folders in a properly. It organizes your files and folder in a particular manner, so we can easily find out that your storage or your data in particular locations. It provides a devices like hard disk for storing our data. So this is a hard disk, you can see here, and hard disk contains track, sector and block. So your track is further divided into a equal segment. So in this diagram you can see here, this is a track, and track is further divided into sectors of equal sizes. So your data will be stored in the format of track and sector. Then and this is a circular format, is nothing but block. Your data is stored here, that is a track and sector. So this is a hard disk configuration or hard disk organization where data will be stored. You can see here these diagrams, and this is a blocks where we can store our files and data. So in next slide you can understand this. This is unallocated memory. So unallocated means available. So blocks which are in a white format or in a white color, so you can understand easily. So this is available memory. And this is a allocated memory, means allocated blocks, where these blocks are already occupied by some other processes. See here, this is a allocated memory, means used memory. Okay, so this is some concept regarding to the memory, that is allocated means used, and free means unallocated, means which is available for storing. So what is the role of file management? So file management manager keeps the track of all files are stored in a file in our computer system and determines how the files are stored. So follows the operating system this for allocation policies, use available storage space effectively for files and creates a record and log of all files usages, allocates a file to a user and it is a free and if they are permitted to access to it. So it deallocates the files when user finished with it. So it basically what it do the particular allocation and deallocations, means whether the free memory is available or not. It checks if you create one files, so it first have to check whether the file enough storage is available or not. If it is available, then it creates one file, and it also deletes some space if your files will be deleted. Otherwise, if user deleted some files, then it automatically deallocates that files. Okay, so go through it again. It keeps track of where files are stored. It gives the path. Okay, track means path where the file is stored. It determines how the files are stored. It gives the proper format how the file is stored. It follows the operating system like allocation and deallocation policies, means available memory is not, otherwise it remove the particular deleted files and makes it available for creating other files. So the next is the file manager allocates a file by reading it from the hard disk and loading it into the memory while updating its record of using what files. Okay, it keeps all track about that. The file manager deallocates a file by updating the file tables and rewriting the files if changed to the hard disk. So any processes waiting to the accesses the file will be notified. So this is a main role of file management services provided by operating system. Okay, so some definitions related to files are field, record, and file and directory. So field is a collection of bytes that can be identified by user, and it has a type and a size. Okay, so suppose employee field is there, then it contains the employee name, id, employee designations, okay, qualifications. So this is a employee field. Okay, and it contains its related info, that is attribute. So it is also known as record. So file is a collection of records, and directory is nothing but a special type of file that which has list of files and their attributes. So it contains various files in a folder in a files. So understand what is a field, record. Okay, suppose a student field, so student is a field. Okay, which contains attribute like name, id, marks, subject, etc. So these are the basic concept related to files. Then next is some operations creating a files, like create a file. We can create a file, open file, delete file, rename file, and copy file. So these are the operations performed with the files. So file management, file name is always consist of file name and its extension. So every file contains its name and extension while storing that file. Suppose this is my backup bat file. So this is a bat is a extension, and make a backup. This is my file name. You can give any file name. If suppose your file name is practical first.ppt, so this is a PowerPoint file. This file is contains PowerPoint. Okay, so .ppt is the extension. Here is some files. See here, some file with its extension. Go through it. dbf means database file, docx word file, htm means html file, which you already know, .jpg file. Okay, so these are the some files extensions which are used to store the files. Okay, go through it. .xls, .ppt, .pdf. Okay, so these are the file with its extension, and your file path contains, path means where you can store, means where your file is stored. Actually address or location, that is nothing but path. Okay, so it will be different at every PC. You can store your file whatever you want, whenever. Okay, means if you want to store it a C drive, D drive, E drive, or a desktop, then that path will be appear as a your file path, path address or your file address. Okay, so this is a file name. Then how it files will be stored? There are three types. That is your file will be stored in the three format, that is contiguous, non-contiguous, indexed storage. So see here, the operating system stores the files as a records in a memory where many records make up the single file. There are three main ways a file physically stored in a memory. First is a contiguous, second is a non-contiguous. See here, index, and third one is indexed. First one is a contiguous storage. See here, contiguous storage means that records of a files are stored one after another. So you have to store your record one after another, means continuously. You should not store one part in somewhere and other part is somewhere else. It's not allowed in a contiguous. You have to store continuously. It is a very simple policy to implement, and once you have found that start of file, it is a very easy to find the rest of it, because if you start at one place, then continuously your file will be stored, no? So it is a very easy to find out the files. Okay, see here, contiguous storage. I already told you what is a free blocks. So here is a free blocks in a white, and allocated blocks are as a field, means field blocks are allocated, and there is a some blocks are free blocks. So suppose your file is contains this part, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is a record of your files. So in a contiguous you have to store that is continuously. So in a first there are only 4 blocks are available. Okay, so your file not be fit here. Okay, see here only 4 blocks are here and your file size 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 blocks are there. So it not be fit in continuously in first allocated. Then see, does it fit here? No. See, does it fit here? No, because our condition is continuous. Okay, you have to store continuously. So here no. See here whether it is fit. No. Free blocks available, but 1 block is remain and your file contains more blocks as compared to that. So you have to go through the next. Does it fit? No. Does it fit here? No. Yes, it is fit here, means continuously fit here. Okay, so this is a contiguous storage. Okay, so in contiguous storage you have to store your files according to continuously locations, continuous blocks. See here. Okay, so all blocks are allocated. After that your blocks are filled. So in a contiguous storage, what is disadvantage? The problem with is that if you expand the file, you will either need to have free space allocated at the end or copy the whole file to the different location on the disk that has enough space. So obviously if you add some content in a future, then you have to have some space, means after ending that file, yes or no. So this is a disadvantage. Okay, means if you don't have free space after that, then you can store your file at that location. You have to copy that whole file and you have to store that in a different location. So this is a problem. So what is the problem or disadvantage? You have to free space allocated at the end or copy the whole file to the different location on the disk, so that has enough space. So this is a contiguous storage. And non-contiguous storage means that records of a file are stored wherever there is a free space. Okay, you can store your file where there is a free space. So the file manager will try to put as much of it together as possible, but there will be other parts spread out over the disk. Okay, so these extra bits are sometimes called extents, and these are linked together with pointers. So this means there is no easy way to determine the exact location of a record in a file. So what happens in a non-contiguous? See here, this is your filled blocks means allocated, and empty means these are the available for allocating the blocks. So again I am giving this same example. See, you can allocate all the blocks whenever there is a free space. So there is a need not to check whether it is a continuous or not, or continuous. Okay, so this condition is not here in non-contiguous. So you can allocate it your blocks whether there is a free space. So who cares there is a where is going. Okay, because it is a non-contiguous. See here, you can store 4 blocks here and again 4 blocks. If there are not available continuous memory, then you can store anywhere. Okay, so this is